Hello everyone, I'm Ross Tucker, and today on the Two Oceans Marathon Route Guide, we're going to be talking about ConstantiaNek, which is arguably the toughest part of the ultramarathon route and is the feature of most runners' war stories at the end of their races. It is a climb that will test your physical and mental strength because it begins gradually and then gets steeper and steeper as you move towards a summit that you can't actually see until you're basically on top of it. It also comes after the marathon mark, and so it happens on tired legs, and so unless you are absolutely confident and certain about how you're going to approach it, it can very quickly derail your plans for the day. We took our cameras out, and I want to talk you now through some of the key sections and some of the ideas that you might take into the race to help you conquer ConstantiaNek. So we pick it up shortly after the marathon mark on what is a long, gradual ascent out of Hout Bay. Remember, you've just descended Chapman's Peak, and now you start a very gradual climb, nothing too challenging, but enough that your legs know that you're now headed in the opposite direction. And this can immediately force you into some negative thoughts because your pace will drop, and if you push too hard, you'll find yourself suddenly feeling out of breath, on tired legs, meanwhile thinking ahead to the fact that you've got this monster climb waiting for you in a few kilometers' time. So again, it's important here to stay confident, to stay positive, and to stay in the moment. Another thing to be mindful of is that if it's sunny and hot on the day, this section of the route is exposed to the sun, so you may start to feel quite warm. You do soon leave that sun and move into the shadows as you get to the steeper part of the climb, so just hang in there, keep yourself cool as much as possible, drink as you get thirsty. At this point, the road starts to tilt upwards ever so slightly, nudging up to 5, 6, 7%. And again, your legs will feel that. And so you will slow down, and it's really important here to manage your expectations. You can't push in order to keep the pace the same because fatigue plus gravity have got other ideas, and you'll pay for that a little bit later. So it's better to just find a comfortable rhythm, one that you feel that you can handle, and then try and settle into that because the road is only going to get steeper. This is a section with about 1.5 kilometers to go where the roads bend, and if you're up to counting, there are 9 bends that will lead you up to the summit. It's also the steepest and toughest section of the entire race. So now is when you will really test your mental resolve. It's important here to try and stay above the line. Don't allow negative self-talk to creep in and those little voices that might be speaking into your ear to tell you that you can't do this. You literally have about 10 minutes of running to go before huge crowds will welcome you to the summit of ConstantiaNek. So dig in, call on all the training hours and all the discipline that you've shown leading up to this, and force yourself to keep the pace going as much as possible. This long straight section where you start seeing the sign is really the last of the climb. 100 meters to go, huge crowds, and then you'll turn left and you'll begin the long gradual descent down towards Cecilia Forest and Kirstenbosch. The worst is over now, and so now you can relax and enjoy the rest of the race. So that's ConstantiaNek. Now this is a climb that scares runners, and that's normal and acceptable. The whole point of Two Oceans is that you're overcoming a challenge and conquering it. And so if it was easy, it wouldn't mean as much. And so I would encourage you to actually embrace the challenge. It's a difficult climb, but when you conquer it, it's something you can tick off as having done and which adds to the prestige and the accomplishment that awaits you when you cross that finish line. So stay positive. Don't be scared. Rather face up to the challenge and hit it hard with a positive attitude. As I said, stay above the line.